Welcome, Mr. Jonathan. This is Global
Yes.
Digest. We are analyzing current crisis in Europe and crisis in Asia and crisis in Middle East. So all kind of geopolitical issue. We make people more knowledgeable and they can understand more and we
Mhm.
can solve things easier the problem and we can make peace and develop people around the world. So firstly, please introduce about your organization and yourself, what you are doing. And
First of all, thank you, John, for inviting me. I also believe that knowledge is power, and as much as we will think together, we will
right,
be able, as a global community, to solve important issues and to offer progress, whatever it means to any individual. My name is Honatani Sahari. You know what it means? The name Jonathan? It means a gift, a divine
I
gift.
see.
So this is your name. Also planning and implementation of sustainable, ecological, and economical projects around the world, mainly among traditional societies.
Where is
And
your office located? How many office do you have?
we have one office. The headquarters is in Israel. And the working is global. We cooperate with whomever like to support the cause. And the cause is, first of all, to create good. And we subject to the 17 development goals, SDGs of the UN, made in 2015. And accordingly, we design projects that impact society, environments, and greater economy of a country.
What kind of thing you have done and what your plan in the future?
We done projects in Southeast Asia. Yeah, so I was involved with agricultural projects in Southeast Asia, mainly Cambodia, a few years ago. I worked a lot with farmers, and my company supplied, although in a different name, we supplied irrigation, and we were involved heavily in the growing agricultural sector of the country. There are many crops and that are similar, I assume, with Burma. We call it Burma. I'm happy to do so.
Burma or Myanmar? So in Burma, we have a lot of rice, paddy, and other, agriculture crop. What did you plan and what did you plan in Cambodia?
We worked a lot with the cassava sector, but in terms of selling irrigation, we help pepper plantations and mango plantations. We had an intention to assist with rice, but rice is a different agricultural product in Southeast Asia, so we kept it aside a little bit, but irrigation got a lot to do also to, it can benefit a lot also with rice. And it's never just about growing more. When a farmer is tripling his income,
talking about the issue in development in Cambodia about agriculture.
Sure.
Why you have to go? Is there you have better technology of agriculture for the crops compared to local crop in Cambodia?
Yes,
You have any specialty?
not just in Cambodia, is what we call traditional agriculture. Basically, we wait for the rain and then we hope for the best. And in today's world, it's a bit complicated because of the growth in population. We need to grow more to feed more people. Also, we need to give back to the soil the nutrients that we've been taking in order to grow food. Now, I'm not a specialist in agriculture. I'm not an agronomist. You give back to whatever you take from, you'll be able to develop and to grow more and better.
Yeah. So is the only one project in Cambodia or any other else in South Asia?
It contained a cooperation with other commercial aspects from Thailand and Vietnam and Malaysia. So it was, we were based in Cambodia, but the collaboration was a bit more vast than that, a bit bigger than that, and a bit more complex as well. I cooperate with civil organizations, NGOs, and also the government. And I found the political, I research also academically the political environment in Southeast Asia, although in Cambodia in particular, but I'm a bit aware of what's going on in Burma.
In Burma, we have
first of all,
military
it is
coup, you know. In Burma,
yes,
is
I know,
military
and
coup.
I understand that also the Muslim minority is suffering greatly. That is persecuted. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
You're on silent.
And ethnic minority and many Christian ethnic minority are persecuted. Now overall, the country population are persecuted. It's crisis in the whole country.
In Burma.
Welcome, Ahmed. Can share about ethnic minority experience in Israel because in Burma we have also a lot of ethnic minority. There are a lot of conflicts. So how did you solve the conflict of ethnic minority in Israel? Can you share a little bit about Israel experience? And what is your ethnic minority name?
Excellent.
My name is Ahmed Zabi. I am a Muslim, Arabic. I live in Israel. I'm proud to be an Israeli citizen that live in the most democratic that I think in the Middle East. We live together like Jonathan, the Jewish, we have Christian, we have Druze. It's the minority of Israel. And my example that I am working at the Ministry of Education in Israel, we have equal rights. And I am also a soccer referee in Israeli Premier League. I am working director of youth department and informal education, and a lecturer in Ono Academic College. The first minister of Israel is from my family. You think that the first minister, that Arabic, that Muslim, that in Israel, and do a national service. in my working.
Are you
I lead.
Arabic or are you
I
which?
am no. I am speak Arabic and I am Muslim.
I see. You don't speak Hebrew
I
language.
speak Hebrew. No. I speak Hebrew. I
I
speak
see.
Arabic. I speak a little of English.
So you are
In
Palestinian.
no. You have to understand.
I
There
see.
are Palestinians that not live in Israel. There are because I like me. I'm born with my Jewish neighborhood. What are you seeing at the communication or the TV? It's not the correct things that you say every day.
You asked me, we left the conversation when you asked me about the situation in Gaza, or in English you refer to Gaza. And
So how do you think you are not politician, right?
I'm not politician, but I'd like to influence politics by the economy.
So how did you
I
view
think that if the economy will pressure the politicians, politicians will do whatever it's best for the society, because the society consume, marketing sells, and the political system sometimes is in the way, although it's not its job sometimes. So no, I'm not a politician.
Do you think the
yeah.
Gaza conflict, Israeli-Palestinian conflict, is about economic or it's something else? Because they want more self-determination and independent position. They wanted, they said many times. So how you can influence with economy, as you said, it's possible. How it is?
First of all, I'm not sure what you refer as they.
Palestinian.
I'm not sure when you say Palestinians, what do you refer? Because you're not talking about ethnic group.
No.
The religious
Palestinian is one of ethnic minority group, right? They are Muslim.
No,
they are not.
You have Muslims. You have Muslims that are part of one nation or another, or one religion stream to another. So you might found someone that identify himself as a Palestinian Christian. And when you refer to the people in Gaza, I'm not sure exactly what you refer when you say they, because you have population and they are Arab Muslims, like we met Ahmad, but they live in Gaza, and you have the regime, which is independent.
So you are saying there are several ethnic minority groups. So one is the, I don't know, you consider Palestinian ethnic minority group or not, because Ahmed, the one from other minority group, he also Muslim. So he want more peaceful solution within Israeli government, Israeli country. But Palestinian, in my view, I feel they are minority group because they are not yet independent so far officially. So they are still part of Israeli control. They are under Israeli country. So they are minority in my point of view. So I don't know, how did you consider them?
I'll tell you a few things. First of all, if we're talking about Gaza, it's not part of Israel at all. Israel is not governing Gaza since 2005. Unfortunately, it withdrew from Gaza under irresponsible unilateral act. Maybe it was the right thing to
independent.
They are independent totally. Israel is not controlling Gaza.
I mean,
not at all.
they are not recognized by United Nations, right?
Well, this is the problem of the United Nations. It's not the problem of Israel. Israel has no military existence in Gaza. It's got no political existence in Gaza. It withdrew all the citizens that used to live in the Gaza area on 2005.
So you want to say the Israeli government recognize the Palestinian independent country?
Under an agreement, it used to be considered as a Palestinian authority, not country, but authority.
I see.
And so they are. They control themselves. Israel do not exist inside of Gaza anymore. Hamas is controlling the civilians there. It terrorizing Gaza there. The acts that they're doing are disgrace.
I see.
Violation of human rights in all aspects, and Israel had no accountability for those actions. You can say that Israel can influence in that way or another, but it doesn't politically control Gaza. What Ahmad described to you later on, it was not on record, unfortunately, is the fact that Israel supply electricity, supply water, supply food, supply medicines to Gaza under humanitarian base. Not because it obliged to.
I see.
Because it wants to. Because Israel as a nation and a country care about human life, doesn't matter whom they are. Obviously, when someone hold a rifle and shoot or attempt to kill civilians, a sovereign country will defend itself.
Yeah,
and
I see.
As simple as that. It's related also to other conflict areas, also in Gaza. And there is a conflict in Gaza, and Israel hold a conflict with Arabs. Whether if you will call them Israeli Arabs or Palestinian Arabs, I don't mention them as such, but I will not go against the common definitions.
I don't know how
there
they
is
want
a
to call themselves.
security dilemma in Israel and national conflict in Israel and its borders. I believe that as we solve it with Ahmad, I'm not sure that all the time his family was pro Jews or pro-Zionism. Ahmad sees himself as an Israeli. And I can speak for in his name. He wants to join the military as well. He wants to be a part of the country, and he is a significant part of Israel. And the fact that he holds a different religious got nothing to do with it.
He's Jewish.
Okay? No, he is Muslim.
I see.
He's Arab, Muslim, Israeli. He prays in a mosque. He lives in an Arab village. He is working in the Israeli governmental education, Israeli education system. He is an educator.
How do you consider Jewish? Jewish mean who only believe in Jewish religion by ethnic line or by religious line? How did you consider?
Jews are unique in the aspect that we are a national group, worldwide spread, with the same history and costumes and language that we keep for 5,000 years. And it's also a religion. And they are combined. It's two things. It's part of a belief and part of a group.
So if your son, your children become not Jewish, they don't believe Judaism religion, they worship Muslim or other religion, will they be still Jewish or they are no more Jewish?
Wow, it's difficult questions because it's got to do with definitions that are separate. If you ask a religious leader if they still consider Jewish, sometimes they will tell you yes, they may be accepted other costumes, but they are Jewish. Others will tell you differently. I would like to say that my sons have the freedom to choose their way.
Right.
The complexity is when in Israel, someone will transfer to a different nation, how I will call it, move to the other side, will act against Israel and the Jewish people. So that's a conflict. Yes, but I believe that a belief is something that is between man and the divine. And nothing is in the way between my belief and the divine that I believe in. There are separate ways to costume those beliefs, and it's got to do with society and therefore religion and so on and so forth.
Okay, so and Jewish definition is very cruel. Issue is about Judaism religion, right?
I don't know why you said cruel.
If you lost your Judaism religion, you are very difficult to be considered Jewish.
Principles to Judaism. One is that whoever was born to a Jewish mother or embrace the religion by a lot of studying, and it's a bit difficult to embrace Judaism because it's not a religion that attracts people. No Jew will say, you're not Jew, come to us. We're not, Judaism is not Masonry. There were no wars, like Christians or Muslims or others that conquered other people and told them from now on you will be such and such, and this is your God, and this is your costume from now and onward. Jews are different in that aspect, but I separate from what's going on in Israel as a country and Judaism as a religion, because in Israel there is a freedom of religion. You can practice whatever belief you want to practice, and there is the principle of freedom from religion. So no one can force you to believe or to act in certain ways.
Is there special condition for all Jewish around the world? They can become Israeli citizenship?
Yes.
I see.
Because Jews up until 70 years ago were persecuted, the Israeli country, one of its main goals was to secure the Jewish nation worldwide and to be the home of every Jew. Having said that, all other minorities can enjoy freedom here.
I see.
You can argue if it happens or not, but this is the belief, and this is where we drive to.
I see. I believe the Jewish population around the world is very good network in order to support Israeli country, you know, economically, a lot of Jewish rich people around the world, and a lot of, you know, politicians, a lot of Jewish famous. It's somehow very much helpful to Israel, I believe. Is right?
We have a joke saying, if you have two Jews, you have three opinions. So in one hand, you are right. Whenever I will travel and I like to find a synagogue with Jewish atmosphere and hospitality, I can do so. But there is also competition, and there is also differences in opinions and in acts. You can say politically that Jewish communities, when they are strong and big, for example, in the United States, not all the time see eye to eye with Jews in Israel.
I see.
I heard a lot of the time, not from Jews in America, but in elsewhere, that they believe and they like Israel very much, but they don't like Israelis.
I see.
Okay, so there are a lot of opinions, and Jews lived in many countries and came back to the homeland of Israel after 2,000 years. But you have Jews from Yemen and Jews from Europe and Jews from Africa, from Ethiopia, from Egypt, from Libya, from you name it. Whenever there was a Jewish community, we have a presentation in Israel, and all of those supposed to run a country.
I see.
With all the differences about opinions, about ethnicality, about progress. Think that 100 years ago, there were communities that enjoyed progression. They moved to the city that was maybe occupied or maybe not with Europeans, and they started to be traders or lawyers, or bankers, or whatever, and they became part of the monetary system and part of modern society, while others remained in small villages and practiced agriculture and didn't knew what is a banking system, for example. And all of the sudden, everyone came to Israel. In Arab states, no one talked about it, but there was a very great persecution when Israel became independent. In 1948, 1 million Jews from Arab countries were deported. Their wealth was taken, their political status was taken, and they were forced to escape. And they all became to Israel. And
right.
And we needed to cope with this. So by saying that, and I always bear in mind the situation in Burma, when there is one regime that is terrorizing the rest of the population. I want to say that first of all, it is possible to create a democratic society and nation out of ruins.
So the thing is, you know, Israeli military, Israeli intelligence are closely working with Burmese military regime. So how do you think that?
I know about it.
How can we prevent that, or how can we do more people-to-people cooperation between Israeli and Burmese?
So let me repeat. Let me say, you are saying that there is a strong military cooperation between the regime in Burma and Israel. And on the other hand, there is also commercial ties that start to be built. And you see a contradiction between those two. And I will tell you that I totally agree with you. It's a complex situation. And I'm not comfortable with that, to be honest, personally. When I design projects, I declare that it's everything but arms. But this is your impact, this is my venture. When you talk about Israel's interests around the world.
By the way, you are not military background, right?
I served my country under a mandatory service.
But you did not work for military or military intelligence, some kind of professional job in military, just for mandatory work you done.
It was a mandatory service. I'm proud to say that I was a medic in a fighting corps. I was a paratrooper and I defended my country. And while doing so, I also defended civil Arab population. I fought against whoever tried to kill and to fight and to harm the security of Israel. I'm proud to say that I did so. I know it's controversial worldwide.
I mean, mandatory is it is a common sense. Everybody has to do, you know. I mean, professional military mean your living is based on military and
Israel don't have professional military. It's all volunteer or mandatory base. It's not professional. No one is getting paid. There are careers in the military for logistic personnel and obviously academy and officers. But the army itself is volunteer.
Sure.
Okay. And another thing that is important, it's governed by a democratic government.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes for good, sometimes for worse. We can debate if the public opinion in Israel serves all the time the best interest of what to do with the military. But I will not get into that. You asked me a very strong question about the relations of Israel and Burma, or the government of Myanmar, actually.
The military government. The military government. Democratic government was by force thrown away by military. It's not people elected the military government.
Sure.
You know, it's they took power by force, by at the gunpoint, not by people consent. It's illegal government.
I have no doubt in that, and I too I see a problematic thing that Israel trading arms with illegal regime in Myanmar.
Definitely, they are doing.
And I think that there is a way to change that, because there is also, and we must say it in the same breath, that there are also commercial ties that are getting stronger in everything that got to do with making the economy stronger, with science and agriculture and progress in I'm not familiar with all aspects, but I'm sure that
I'm interested about your program. One of the thing is the deforestation. You have deforestation program because we need a lot of deforestation project in Burma. We need to plant a lot of tree like teak. Teak is very expensive and very good thing, and many other tree we can plant because we have very good atmosphere, the weather, and the monsoon, and the land is good for teak and many tree. So how about such kind of project? Well, your company can interest to do that, or what else your company?
Absolutely, you touched very strong aspects of our operation. We designed and implemented a pilot of teak revolving plantation in Cambodia, and it's doing great. We managed to shorten the growing process from 21 years traditionally
to 21 or even some are 30 years. If you want to be very good tree, it should be 30 years. 20 may be possible.
With protocols that we hold and use of irrigation and fertilization and exact or engineered way of planting the teak trees, we can achieve a lot in terms of, first of all, to shorten the growing period from 21 and 30, as you mentioned, to only 6 and 7 years, and they'll become commercial. And when we plant a teak forest, we cut only 1/7 of it, and we let the rest to grow. And in that aspect, there is enough to trade and enough to regrow the natural forest of Burma, and teak is a habitat to Burma, and it should be one of the nation pride of Burma. This is the origin of teak.
It's about 70% of the worldwide teak from Burma.
I'm aware. The investment is crazy. You can multiply the dollar into $8 when harvest. I won't touch into the actual or to the whole budget plan. But it's very productive, and the protocol that we hold says, not sure if protocol is the right word, but there is a balance, and it should be a balance of win-win-win between the society that hosts the project, the investors, and the implementers, the body that design and bring the technology. And when they are not sure if equally, this is something to determine, but when all are satisfied and happy with their share, it's a sustainable project that can withdraw the interest of Israel from trading arms to trading science. Totally.
Agri-technology, you should be import to Burma instead of weapon. That will be game changer between Israeli and Burmese relation. Why don't you start with some project or pilot project? We can start together if you interest to do some project in Burma. In that way we can do people-to-people cooperation in Burma. No more weapon.
I'm happy to. About it. We have a project that is ready for implementation, followed by successful pilots. And we can definitely start talk about it.
Sure. We will discuss more issue in next time because Israeli has many things to talk. Please make sure you do some project in Burma, not weapon.
I'm not the government, but my influence is like yours with public opinion and with trades as well. When there'll be enough economic interest for Israel to withdraw its weapon industry, it will do so. We are living in a global village, and free market is the name of the game.
So trade is good, you know, agri-technology is good for the people, you know, because now the conflict between people, revolution against the military regime, people, innocent people they don't have weapon. The military is, you know, full of weapon. They misuse to kill innocent people. That's why we don't want weapon for military regime. And so Israeli government should aware that kind of illegal government will be not good for the Israeli public, you know. That is very bad.
I understand.
Thank you very much.
I respect what you're saying, and it's an honor for me to hear it directly from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jonathan.